Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Blake, and with me today is Connor.
Hello there.
And Yella.
Good day.
And welcome back to the 2019 Christmas special, the 5 days of Christmas.
The 5 holidays of Christmas.
Exactly. We are doing something pretty exciting this Christmas. You know, we are going to look at a site we have not looked at before,
.org.
Mm-hmm. Not associated with fanfiction.net at all.
No, it's actually a very old site.
It's very
obvious. You can tell because it is designed like ass.
It looks real bad.
Web 0.1.
We are looking at an older story on here, Christmas Breakfast by Merry Wizards. Posted, I think it's in 2003. Yeah, because written for the Merry Wizards Secret Santa Challenge 2003.
Oh boy.
And there's a whole bunch, there's a wealth of information at the beginning of this. Title, Christmas Breakfast. Email, well, we won't read your email. Site, we won't read that either. Author, disclaimer, I don't own them, and I certainly don't make any money off of them. Distribution, anywhere, just let me know first.
Okay.
Spoilers, none. Rating, NC-17. Classic, porn always gets submitted to the MPAA. Summary, Harry makes Severus a Christmas breakfast. Pairings, Harry Severus. Author note, and it says where it was written for. Requested HP, look at all this. This is like a fucking mission briefing. Requested HPSS, delivered. Romance, PWP, delivered. Christmas at Hogwarts, delivered. Includes the line, silly wizards, tricks are for kids, delivered.
They're delivered on all of this Secret Santa stuff. Challenge.
One, part of the prompt was to get the line silly wizard tricks are for kids into your fucking story.
Yes.
Question mark, that sucks. But two,
this is a Secret Santa, not a Secret
your
Satan.
mission, if you choose to take it, is to write me some HP/SS romance. PWP, Christmas at Hogwarts.
You know, I started replaying Splinter Cell, and I can't help but imagine that it's just, fucking CIG just patching that through to Sam Fisher.
Actually, let me rephrase that. You need to use this ridiculous line.
Yeah.
Wizard
tricks are for kids.
If I remember right, the plot to Mission Impossible 2 was actually that the group took up this challenge.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that movie just kind of ends with everybody dead.
For the special.
Yeah.
So,
need something to warm you up this Christmas. We got you covered.
Yeah. They're going to be eating some bangers and mash. Bangers because they're going to be banging, and I don't know, Harry or Severus is going to mash their dick into the other one.
Yeah, bangers and mash while I'm banging your ass.
Halfway through.
I'm
sorry.
Wow. So Christmas breakfast. Harry had been standing by the lake for nearly 30 minutes when he heard someone behind him clear their throats to announce their presence.
Right off the bat. Okay, so just standing there for a ridiculous amount of time, classic fanfiction, and also clear their throat to announce their presence.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, not because they have an irritated throat or anything, or they have just
you might not have guessed.
Their presence.
You might have thought that they enjoyed standing there behind Harry for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, Harry was standing for 30 minutes, and the person standing behind Harry was there for 27 of them.
It was finally
Excuse me. The raven-haired Defense Against the Dark Arts professor turned to find Albus Dumbledore standing beside him. Wait, so Harry is the Defense Against Dark Arts professor, I guess.
But Defense Against the Dark Arts? Is that what he does? I don't think that's what he does.
No, we kind of thought it through. I don't remember every detail about Harry Potter, but I don't remember this.
I know, I remember most of the details, and I know that, by the time Harry's an adult, Dumbledore's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, man, spoilers. Whoa, man, hey.
And Severus is also dead. That's the pairing. Two dead people are back to life, and Harry's a teacher.
Well, I mean, this is porn without plot, which means they just threw the plot for Harry Potter out the window and wrote porn.
The plot,
Porn with new plot.
Whoa.
Harry eyed the older wizard suspiciously.
I would too if he was just standing right next to me.
Did
he go from being behind him to being right next to him?
Yes.
Somehow, or is there a third person here who's just like, Harry, this is fucking weird, but Dumbledore showed up at some point and you don't seem to have noticed.
Yeah, Albus just slendered him and just appeared right next to him.
Yeah. Was there something that you needed, Headmaster?
The old man's eyes twinkled as he smiled at Harry.
There might be time for that pairings list to change, Harry.
Yes.
Oh my. Oh no, my dear boy. I merely came down to see if you would like to join me in my office for some tea.
I officially want a Harry Potter audiobook where yellow voices don't.
Harry nodded his head and started for the castle doors. He knew that Albus's invitations were always more of an order. He also knew why the man wanted to have tea with him. Harry had been avoiding Dumbledore for weeks, but it seemed that his luck had run out.
Oh, baby.
And look
Oh,
at this
that's
vintage
awkward.
2003 line break.
Yeah. Those are 5 whole asterisks and open and close parentheses. That's beautiful. That's art.
Yeah, I believe
Let's
that's
appreciate
if
the
you,
art for a second.
if you put a few slashes and like another little parenthesis on top, you might be able to get or another little asterisk on top. You might be able to make it into like a little UFO.
Ooh. Harry sipped his tea and looked at the Hatmaster.
What was it that you wanted to speak to me about, Albus?
Harry sighed.
As if I didn't know already.
He thought. Wait. I know why you wanted me. I know
His
why.
eyebrows lifted, feet off of his head. Or meters. Or what? No, we're still English, feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's blue eyes twinkled brighter than the enchanted stars on the Christmas tree throughout the castle.
Oof.
I love
What
these
a-
subtle ways of being like, "Hey guys, it's
It's
Christmas."
Christmas in Hogwarts.
Hey, it's a Christmas story.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Harry smiled wider than his wife, who is actually not Ginny Weasley in my story,
Right.
but is instead Cho Chang. You see really subtle ways to work in that background detail.
Yeah.
I hope every sentence is just like that. Dumbledore
Yeah.
tapped his fingers just the same way that Harry would be tapping Severus later.
Yeah.
Wink, you know?
Well, I was wondering if you've thought of a way to tell Severus how you feel.
Dumbledore, you want to try that again?
Do excuse me, young man. Well, I was wondering if you've thought of a way to tell Severus how you feel.
It's so sad that Dumbledore's never been able to pronounce that syllable correctly.
Alright, so they were trying to if you have, 2 words,
Yeah.
if, and then one of them's a contraction, of you have, if you have thought of a way. But instead they wrote if fuvuv. If fuvuv.
Yeah?
I mean, how?
With great
Fucking,
care.
how do you go to write if you and write if fuvuv?
I don't
Yeah.
know. The thing that
Contractions
majorly...
never involve multiple apostrophes.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really messing with me, is that there's 2 apostrophes in that.
Yeah, and even if it was supposed to be stylized, in that case it should have been, I guess, IF apostrophe UVE, but instead it's IFU apostrophe VU apostrophe V.
I don't know,
If fuvuv. 2003 was an interesting time for the English language.
Yeah.
That's one Christmas present I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I have lots of ideas, if you'd like to hear some of them.
It's such a weird thing. It's just like, hey,
Hey, I
Like-
want to be a wingman. Let me just...
yeah, he's applying
I'll
for
set
wingman.
you up. I know.
would love to third wheel for you, Harry.
I would love to set you up, Harry. Just
Hey.
let me know
Yeah.
anytime.
Harry, there's a Deus Ex Machina that wasn't, we always have to introduce a couple of these every single book. So there was another prophecy in that big prophecy room in the Ministry of Magic, and it said that I would set you up with Severus. And of course, being the protagonist that you are, you will always take me at face value because I'm always right.
I am an old man, Harry. Therefore, I am smart.
Yeah.
Harry decided that it would be easier to just listen to what Albus had to say than it would be to continue making excuses. Let's just
You have a
indulge in old
responsibility
man.
to fuck Severus, Harry.
Yeah.
Stop
It
making
is your
excuses.
destiny, boy.
You have to. You have to.
It is for
do
the good of the world.
Yeah.
Not just the
Imagine what will
wizarding
happen
world,
if
but
you
the
don't
muggles
fuck
as well.
Severus.
No.
It's the only way you can stop Voldemort.
Sure, I'd love to hear your ideas.
He sighed, leaning back in his chair. By the time Albus finished telling Harry his 8th idea, the younger wizard could no longer keep his laughter inside. Of all the
The
absurd
younger
ideas,
wizard had been leaning back so far that he just slid out of the fucking chair.
yeah. Of all the absurd ideas he had come up with, This one was the worst.
Yeah, this last one was the worst.
Yeah, like I guess they just got progressively worse.
Like, what? I really want to hear these ideas. Just, like, so, Harry, you can dress up as me.
Harry, I read a lot of fan fiction, and I know all the romantic tropes.
What you will
Dumbledore has discovered that Muggle website, fanfiction.net.
Yeah.
And it's just never been the same.
You will
since.
replace your mirror with an exact copy of your room, and you will dress as Severus and stand in the mirror. And when he kisses himself in the mirror, he will be kissing you, and then he will discover he really loves you.
What you need to do is you need to open up a tattoo shop, and meanwhile I will convince Snape to open up a flower shop.
I'm sure you can see how the dots connect, Harry.
Don't worry, I read a lot of fan fictions that are like that.
You also need to work the line, silly wizard, tricks are for kids, into your approach. It is imperative that you do. It is the one constant detail across all of my plots.
Yes, Dumbledore.
Yes, Headmaster.
But look, I love this apparently terrible idea. Listen to this.
Laughing, Harry said,
You want me to trick him into admitting his feelings for me so that I can confirm that I feel the same way?
What a hilarious plan.
That seems like the least wild plan possible.
Yeah, like that.
Other than just saying, I love you.
Yeah, maybe just approach. Maybe just talk. The older wizard nodded his head while looking at Harry strangely. Harry, on the other hand, was trying to control his laughter so that he didn't fall out of his chair.
Yeah, that strange look. He's like looking at Harry with his eyes crossed and his tongue sticking out, and Harry's like trying not to crack up. He's looking at him very strangely.
Why? Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Once Harry had stopped laughing, he smiled at Albus and said fondly,
I would make more fun of this, but apparently it was part of the prompt.
Yeah.
Silly wizard, tricks are for kids. Doesn't even make sense in the dialogue. I would have flunked you for this.
So hard.
You failed.
Delivered.
Go back to the drawing board.
Delivered in the worst way possible.
Yeah, and Connor's like, where's the return label?
Yeah, can I please send this back? Rising from his seat, Harry nodded at Albus.
Thank you for your help, Headmaster. I've figured out how I'm going to go about this now.
I'm not going to use any of your ideas,
shop
Dumbledore.
idea.
Without your help.
And then another classic line break.
Yeah, there's multiple of these. It's nice. Harry walked through the small town of Hogsmeade. Everything was covered in a blanket of snow, and Harry thought that it couldn't have looked more beautiful. After a full day of shopping, he had finally finished getting all of his Christmas gifts. He had stopped at the post office and owled the Weasleys' presents to them and their families.
Owl that right over to you, pal.
Yeah, it's not technically wrong, but it is a weird verb to suddenly come across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
It's
to owl
like,
you this
right, they do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They call it owl mal.
Oh.
Owl
I'm sorry, I think you mean they call it owl?
Yeah.
Yeah. WPS needs to work on that tagline a little more. Wizard Postal Service. You guys didn't laugh enough at my sick-ass joke, so I had to make sure you got it. I wasn't going to let that one, just go by the radar.
No. I mean, you could have always just owled it to us afterwards, too.
Yeah.
Harry was sure that Ron would love the set of baby Quidditch robes that he sent. That's weird. Even though they had only found out that Hermione was pregnant less than 2 months ago, Harry couldn't resist.
Once again, that subtle sort of, now we know.
Yeah. I mean, that's canon.
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell in this story.
That's true,
Yeah.
considering everything else.
Everything else.
The rest of his packages had been shrunken and placed inside his cloak pockets. He still couldn't believe that he'd found the perfect present for Severus in such a short amount of time. Now with just 2 days until Christmas, Harry was completely ready to tell Severus how he felt about him.
It's my dick in a box.
Yeah. It's my dick in a cloak.
Nice. I shrunk it down.
You put in the invisibility cloak, and it's just like, Harry, it seems like you have no penis.
Or no, maybe you put everything but your dick under the invisibility cloak. So it's just a floating dick. I don't know where that came from, and I don't know where it's gonna go.
I don't like where it's going, but I love it at the same
dick
time.
and balls, just swinging around the house, and he's just like, "Oh, you have been spooked by the spooky pee-pee."
Oh. Send this to 10 people or you will be fucked by a dick.
By a dick.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh good. Classic line break again.
No.
Delicious. Christmas Eve, Harry could hardly sleep. He had every detail of Christmas morning planned out, but he still felt as if something could go wrong at any given moment. He cursed his luck at having fallen in love with the snarkiest man alive.
Why couldn't I be in love? Why some Hufflepuff?
How me a Harry learned English? Like what?
Why?
Can somebody please send Albus and Harry back to school?
How does this person write so normally 99% of the time? And then just make the weirdest words.
And
perfectly normal
wisumsum.
writing, and then a foo-voov and wisumsum.
With some Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be with some Hufflepuff, or with someone in Hufflepuff, but instead it's wisumsum Hufflepuff.
It's almost like they were just mumbling or whatever, like, why couldn't I be in love with Hufflepuff?
No, it's like they were writing, and their 5-year-old, like, younger sibling was in the room. They were like, oh, man, I've got to go, grab something to drink. Write the words with someone. And their, like, little kid just was like...
Contract out your erotic fan fiction to
your child.
Well,
to
I
your
wasn't
family.
thinking that out. Wisdom.
Harry groaned internally.
We groaned externally.
I fucking love it.
After a fitful night's sleep, Harry woke at 6 a.m. He knew that Severus was an early riser, and he wanted to be in the older man's rooms to serve him breakfast.
In his rooms?
His rooms.
He wanted to be in all of his rooms.
His bathroom, his living room, his bedroom.
Severus lives in a very
his
quaint
kitchen
home.
room.
It's like a one-room cottage. Like, where Hagrid lives, pretty much. He lives in Hagrid's
It's gonna, it's gonna wake Severus up in his bedroom and offer him the first piece of Christmas breakfast, and then it's gonna be like a treasure hunt to find the other pieces.
In the other
Yeah,
room.
he goes to the bathroom, there's like an egg on top of the toilet, and,
Yeah.
goes into his, like, he has like a walk-in closet, and there's like bacon tucked in the pockets of his robes.
Shrunk down
Wow.
bacon, by the way.
Yeah.
He showered, dressed, and made it down to the potion master.
Shit, shower, and shave.
God.
Bad
Still
order.
in
At
30
the same
seconds
time.
Yeah.
Let me try that sentence again. He showered, dressed, and made it down to the potions master's quarters by 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Harry was more nervous than he had ever been in his whole life. Even in his death battle against Voldemort, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he was even more nervous than he had been when he raised his wand to kill Voldemort.
Thanks for
What
was
is
making
the
a
fucking
joke.
story to this? So he
Why
just
is-
killed
why
Voldemort
are-
like it was fucking nothing and everyone
Why are-
lived?
Yeah, why are Albus and Severus alive? What the fuck?
What is the
we're
story?
We're gonna go to this author's profile or story section. I don't know how this site works. And we're gonna find that this is like just one isolated piece in their expanded alternate universe.
Actually, Connor, you'll find that this site doesn't work.
Oh, funny that.
There. Weird how that works.
How does this work? It doesn't.
Weird how that doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Also, for the record, if you ever hear me laugh occasionally, it's because I'm still thinking of Harry's floating dick and balls.
Okay. If you ever hear me laugh occasionally, it's because now I'm thinking of that too.
Just such a great
Thanks,
visual.
now you have us laughing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Yeah. Oh,
I hate being happy.
this day, my life will change forever.
Harry thought as he gave the password for Severus's rooms and stepped through the archway.
It's always his rooms.
He has so many, my dude.
It's a British thing, I guess.
His
It's like his
office
quarters,
room.
his rooms,
Yeah, his
his robes. Like, they'll say robes to refer to a singular robe, and the quarters to refer to, just your
Yeah.
bedroom.
And pants to refer to a singular pant.
Yeah, so that's just how it is over there in Great British.
I just hope that it changes for the better.
I might be heartbroken. I might get a boyfriend. Who knows?
Yeah.
By the time Severus emerged from his bedchambers, Harry had the table arranged perfectly.
Harry, what are you doing in my room?
The house elves had brought the food that he'd requested, and Harry was sitting by the fire waiting for Severus to come out into the living area.
Yeah, wearing whipped cream
Okay,
and rose petals.
now I want to check on something. Hold on. Yeah, it says here that summary Harry makes Severus a Christmas breakfast, but he ordered it from the house elves.
By
What a
makes, you mean-
fake.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
What
just like
a
when I say,
fake.
hey, Connor, I'm going to cook you a pizza, and then I call Papa John's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made the order for breakfast.
I guess.
Oh, it's a
Good
little less
enough,
romantic
right?
to say Harry orders Severus a Christmas breakfast.
Yeah. Harry gets the fucking house elves to bring it over. Really removes from the romance of the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still though, that is what he did.
Yeah, it's like, it's like that thing where, ask anyone who's ever been a pizza driver, the people do that thing where they fuck and they order a pizza and, like, just for fun, they answer the door naked.
Right. Yeah.
People actually do that.
And then they're all like, "Oh, I don't know if I have any money on me. How will
you'll
I
have to
ever
check
pay
up
you?"
my ass.
Yeah.
Sir, that is sexual harassment, and that's not
And
okay.
I'm going to have to take you up on it, sure.
It's so demeaning, yeah. When
I'm not made of
over
stone.
and spread their ass cheeks, and they've actually got like a $20 bill up in there.
See, that's pretty clever.
Severus noticed the table, laden with covered platters and a dozen long-stemmed red roses, before he realized that Harry was sitting in front of his fireplace. When his gaze finally settled upon the raven-haired young man, Severus raised his eyebrows.
Ronald Weasley.
The Christmas tradition of several red roses.
No.
Mm-hmm.
When you said you'd be visiting this morning, Mr. Potter, this isn't what I thought you had in mind.
Harry rose from the chair and walked over to the table. Turning to face the potions master, he asked,
"Would you please be so kind as to Joe Foe for breakfast?" Severus.
What?
Joe Foe.
Yeah, the enemy of Joel Mole, it's Joe Foe.
Oh shit, I think Joe Foe might have stolen OC of the year at the last moment.
Joe Foe, that bad mofo.
Yeah, he's always the foe, Joe Foe. What?
I think it's supposed to be join me for breakfast. Would you be so kind as to join me for
hell does that turn into that?
Joe Foe for
Like, I'm looking at my keyboard right now. Huh?
Joe Foe for breakfast.
It's like your keyboard is alive and sometimes just gets really inattentive.
Oh, it's like the stairs that rearrange themselves at Hogwarts.
Yeah, your keys rearrange themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, your keys will just type whatever they want to for a second or two.
Like, literally no wizard can blind type. It's literally impossible.
You know what it is? Remember, when they have those autocorrect pens that the Weasley brothers start selling, and doesn't one of them like fuck up, and so Ronald Weasley ends up writing his name as Runel Waslib.
I mean, it's the Weasley brothers, so they probably pranked the shit out of him with one.
Yeah, it was something like that, some sort of like pen, and he was writing his name as Runel Waslib. So maybe that's it. Maybe they have that same pen, and it's just starting to fuck up, so you're getting occasional hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Integrated that right into the Harry Potter universe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Once again, Severus raised an eyebrow at Harry.
Well, since you took it upon yourself to set up this elaborate breakfast in my chambers, who am I to refuse?
What a polite boy. Severus joined Harry at the table. They sat facing each other. Harry tapped one of the covered dishes with his wand, and suddenly all of the lids disappeared.
They all clatter onto
It's
the heads
almost
of the
like he
house
magicked. It's almost like he did a magic. Whoa.
I'd be surprised if they didn't face each other.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird, like
They
sitting
sat
next to
next
each
to
other
each other.
for a romantic dinner. Like,
Sat next to Snape, put his arm around Snape. It's just like, come here.
He's
They
just,
sat
he's
on
just doing
either
the,
side
he's just doing
of
the
the-
yawn thing.
Yeah,
like,
they sat on either side. Like, it's a long table. So imagine he sits on the left side, he sits on the right side, but at opposite ends.
Oh.
So they're as far from each other and as far from facing each other as possible.
Nice.
Yeah. If this wasn't romantic, this would be kind of creepy. Like, I'm imagining, like, Neil Patrick Harris in The Perfect Host. Like, if you ever saw that.
Well, that was
Like-
David Hyde Pierce, but
Okay, well, shows how much I know, but still.
no.
The two men ate in silence. When they both had finished eating, Severus moved his chair back from the table.
Would you care to join me in front of my Christmas tree, Harry? I'm sure the elves would be convinced to bring your gifts down here for you to open.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know. I for something about that makes me think, wow, that's weird. But I can't quite put my finger on why it's weird. It just comes across as weird.
Yeah.
I think I know what's weird, Yella. What is their relationship? Like, Harry is obviously apparently in love with Severus, but Snape has not done anything or said anything to make it sound like he's reciprocating that.
Well, I mean, he didn't throw him out when he showed up with breakfast.
Yeah, but this still is just
I wouldn't throw somebody out because, even if I don't like them romantically, if they show up with breakfast, that's breakfast.
So yeah, if I come to your house and
free
you wake up and I have set out a huge breakfast.
Yeah.
You'll
I would
eat
partake of
breakfast
said
with me.
breakfast. I know you. I know you wouldn't poison me, so I'll eat the breakfast. Sure,
Oh, sounds fun.
it's free breakfast, man.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's plan is working out great for me.
Yeah. Now, if only I could find a way for him to accidentally admit his feelings.
Oh,
Like,
this
thinking
bacon
about that a
tastes
second
so
time, I actually like that idea.
I love the taste of this bacon, Harry. I imagine it tastes as good as your dick. I mean, you said that, not me, Harry.
Yes.
Harry smiled.
Of course, Severus, but first I'd like to give you a gift that I bought for you.
Harry moved to stand in front of Severus.
Oh, he's gonna put on the cloak.
I know that we've only been together for 8 months, but I've never been happier in my life.
So
wait, they are dating? What?
They're dating, but they're not in love. It's a platonic date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want everyone to know how much you mean to me, but most of all, I want you to know how much you mean to me.
Harry handed Severus a small box with a bow on it.
Is he proposing?
Maybe?
So the problem wasn't that
Probably.
like Severus doesn't. So when he said Severus doesn't know how you feel, he didn't mean he doesn't know that he loves you. I mean he doesn't know that you want him to marry you.
I
guess.
That's a weird way.
I mean,
That was a
This
very
is a weird
deceptive
twist.
setup.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Severus looked down at the box in his hands. He felt his chest tighten as he opened the lid. Inside were 2 matching gold bands, both inlaid with emeralds. He looked back up at Harry for confirmation.
Gold and emerald.
Yeah.
Silver and gold.
Oh.
Harry kneeled before
Okay,
him.
because it's Gryffindor and Slytherin.
No.
Harry kneeled
God
before
damn it.
him and placed his hands on Severus's knees.
What? This is not... Okay, maybe this
That's
is
a
a
bit
thing in Harry
weird.
Potter, but I don't remember this. Will you bond with me? They fucking, like, spirit bond from Twilight or something? What
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
Sounds
exactly, yeah.
weird. Severus
Okay.
nodded.
Of course, you foolish boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We don't have Matt here. He can't do that. That's
Oh.
too bad.
He's gonna reveal his true face.
Oh. He smiled a true smile before leaning forward to press his lips against Harry's.
Let's just hold our lips together here.
No.
Next, like, you know.
3,
On
2,
each other's.
1,
Oh.
release.
All right, and
Yes.
time for us to get our, we've been preparing we've been, using proper fertilizer and watering our plants every day. Now it's time for us to, harvest some lemon. Are you ready?
I was wondering where you were going with that analogy.
Yeah.
I was
decide if
kind of
I want-
confused.
I couldn't decide if I wanted to be growing the lemons or being prepared to make lemonade, but I'm like, it's not called lemonade, it's called a lemon.
Well,
so.
life is about
Yeah.
to give us lemons, so.
Yeah, life's gonna give us lemons, so.
But yeah,
Yeah, and-
I like this. There's a nice line break to tell us when the sex is coming up. Bob complains in some of those erotic stories when it just suddenly starts. And he's like, I didn't have time to warn anyone.
I don't complain because it's like, hey, that's what, lightning.
Yeah.
This is
Surprise.
what you came for.
Yeah.
The 2 men had made it to the Christmas tree, but they definitely were not unwrapping Christmas gifts. Harry moaned as Severus
what?
licked his way down Harry's chest, pausing to swirl his tongue around each nipple. He paused once more at Harry's navel, thrusting his tongue in and out of the small indentation teasingly.
Oh, yeah. That's what I love. That belly button sex. Fuck you right in the belly button, Severus.
I'm
With my
so
tongue.
disappointed. I was so waiting. Like, I was so expecting a boring scene where they just open Christmas presents.
And instead they start having hot sex.
Man. Now they start having sex.
And this is like
God
this is
damn
like written
it.
for like a 1 minute man or woman because like
Yeah.
look at how
Yeah.
fucking
Just
short and
imagine,
sexy
like,
it is.
I don't know, thrusting your tongue in and out of a belly button. Like,
Oh my. Harry grasped Severus's shoulders and gently pushed.
please, Severus.
Yeah, right
He-
in that belly button, Severus.
He groaned. Severus lifted his head to look at the younger man.
Please want.
He smirked. Harry lifted his own head lightly and pleaded.
I didn't turn 18 until what, book 5? 6?
I don't.
How old am I?
Well, he's a Defense of the Dark Arts teacher now.
I guess so.
Yeah, no, and he's already
it's
killed
an
Voldemort.
AU. There,
He's just-
Harry's.
he's
like,
an adult.
20s. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Please, no more teasing. Make love to me, Severus. My accent constantly changes. I get more British and then less British. And
Please,
then more
sir,
British.
can I have some more?
Please, sir, can I have some more? Yeah.
Severus smiled.
Only because you beg so nicely. Why is it always me and Connor who end up doing this?
I mean, because before we started recording, I explicitly refused.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah,
I'm realizing
that's
that
how
was
it
kind
happens.
of...
Everyone else refuses to. Like me and Connor
I
are being
mean-
thrust together by the rest of the Steel Donut Club.
The thing is, I'm kind of regretting it because now I have to describe the acts.
Now you know my
Now I
blood
know
ain't
why I
much.
fucked up. I fucked up.
You know, Connor has to be like, waters get rough when you're diving pony muff, but I'm over here with like over lubricated pony tunnels and all sorts of other fun shit.
I don't know, man. Drax said some bad enough lines that I think, even with not having to speak as much, I think I still came out worse.
I will fight you IRL. Every time I have to open my mouth, it's some disgusting description of genitals.
I'm turning into Drax, dude. Give me 10 years and
no.
I'll become Drax.
Yeah, and,
no.
you'll be thrusting your horse meat in that over lubricated pony tunnel.
Horse meat. He just enveloped his horse meat.
Yeah, that classic
God, I gotta
trope.
get back
God.
into Jimmy Buffett parodies. That's where it was. That's where it was really at.
I have a funny video to send you later related to that.
All right.
The older man used his wand to perform a lubrication spell.
Yes. KY Jeliotus.
Yeah.
He brought a slick finger up to circle Harry's entrance.
I assumed he actually did it on the actual butthole, not all over his hand. Just.
Yeah. While capital S sliding the finger slowly inside, he licked up the side of the younger wizard's cock.
Cock.
That's how you know it's an important action in the sentence, that it's also capitalized.
Yes.
Yeah, that sliding is very important.
Allow me to lick your cock.
What would you like on your pancakes, your nastiness? Oh, chocolate-covered cock.
Harry gave a strangled moan.
I give us a string of bone. Yeah.
Why?
I didn't know they were into autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. No, I need you inside me now.
Severus chuckled.
All right.
There's definitely no
love.
knuckles.
Love.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
I
just imagining
love
Silva got his
Ressery.
version of that deep now.
He inserted another finger, pushing the 2 digits in and out a few times before using the rest of the jelly-like substance to coat his aching erection.
Oh, it hurts.
My aching dick.
My ragging dick.
Yeah. Right.
Ragging.
Yeah.
Severus positioned himself at Harry's entrance.
Open your eyes, Harry. Look at me.
He whispered, before slowly impaling the raven-haired young man.
Yeah, he just slipped a stiletto out of his robes and just...
Just stab. Harry made a noise... Fuck. Harry made a noise somewhere between a sigh and a moan before pulling Severus down to kiss him. Severus had started a slow rhythm of long strokes while plundering Harry's mouth with his wicked tongue.
The sex is rated R, Harry.
For racy.
Because I'll be plundering your booty.
Down?
Finally, it was too much for both of them. Severus started thrusting faster, while Harry wrapped his legs tightly around the potions master.
Why don't you go
I don't know
more
what it
fashion
is.
sense?
I don't know what it is, but every time I read Potions Master, it kind of fucks me up.
No.
Because
Like-
you're thinking, potion seller, give me your strongest potions.
That's probably it.
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
Why respect knights when my potions can do anything you can?
Your pack is full. You cannot carry any more.
The fast pace didn't last long as Harry cried out after just a few minutes, coming all over both his and Severus's chests.
Oh.
The clamping of his tight velvet channel on Severus's cock sent the other man over the edge also.
I was waiting for a fanfiction euphemism, and yes, tight velvet channel is exactly what I was looking for.
Thanks.
Woo!
I
No.
forget what your name is, author, but thanks.
Mary
They laid
something.
in a sweaty tangle of limbs under the
Oh,
Christmas
God.
tree.
God, that's a fanfiction.net description right there.
Yeah, it's like fucking
Or
body
just a
horror. They
romance novel description right there. Tangle of limbs.
Yeah, it sounds like body horror.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're just limbs now.
Also, isn't Tight Velvet Channel, isn't that the latest Tangerine Dream album?
I think it is. Yeah.
They laid in a sweaty tangle of limbs under the Christmas tree, trying to recover. Harry summoned a blanket to drape over them and cuddled up against Severus's chest.
Can we take a nap before we open presents?
He asked between yawns. Severus's nodded, and they both promptly fell asleep.
Like you're just lying on the floor.
Under the Christmas tree with only a blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even summon a pillow. You're just lying on the floor.
On the floor, in a castle, so that floor is just stone. They're just on stone.
Wouldn't that just be good for your back or something like that?
I don't know.
Lying on the floor?
It's not. I don't think it's very comfortable.
No. And I guess
Probably
there's no way
cold
for
as
people to
hell.
actually review one here, because I don't even see a link.
I mean, it says here you need to be logged in to leave a review for the story.
You need to be logged into
Apparently
review?
not logged into report.
Yeah, report story is just available. You can just do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there are no reviews on this site.
Or at least maybe not on this story.
Well, it says, yeah, like, you must need to be logged in to leave a review. So do you need to be logged in to see a review?
I mean, it's like it's Harry Potter and part of some fanfiction contest. There's
And from
got to be like at least
2003.
15 reviews.
It should have a
Yeah.
review by now.
Huh. Well, we're not going to make accounts on adult fanfiction to dive into it. We've given you what's there. Yeah.
I guess
Anyway,
that's
there's
the
your
end of the
Christmas.
story. You know, if Voo Voov enjoyed the reading,
Yeah,
then-
that's your Christmas breakfast.
There's your Christmas breakfast. A
Dick.
full hearty breakfast of dick, I guess.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
silly donuts fixer for kids.
Thank you for watching, and thanks to our supporters on Patreon. Their names are on screen now. If you want to support us but don't want to become a patron, we have our PayPal link below. If you have any requests or just want to share your thoughts on the video, you can put that in the comments or join our public Discord server, also linked below. Take care and have a great day.